This is how we can create a summary, but we don't have much data. Let's have some different data and see here. Okay, let's create some data. I have one more step. Similarly, like when I have a record, how good my record is, how good the report will be. We can add charts or summary reports like. Okay, there is okay. Let me add these reports and dashboards to this app so that will be easy to navigate. So how I can add reports and dashboard to my app? Let's go to a app manager and go to Walmart app. Click on edit and then add reports and dashboards. Navigation items, reports, dashboards. So, and this reports. Click on new report. Location with stores. Start report. Yeah, basically, I wanted to see based on a state and city. Matrix. Basically, there is one more we call a matrix. So when I group rows by this field, it's a summary report, right? If I group by one more field, again it's a one more step in the group report. But if I group this by a columns, so now the report will the entire look will change. In rows, it is state values, and in columns, it is in a city values. So you will be having a matrix kind of structure. State AP and city Hyderabad. State AP and city Vizag. So what are the values? And state is Telangana and city is Hyderabad. So what are the values? So this is how like in kind of a row and column wise group and a summarized values. This is how we be able to see matrix kind of a report, a table kind of. In the table, it is not a tabular data or direct data. It is summarized data only in a matrix format. So this format of reports are called matrix reports. Location, where it stores, matrix report. When you are more interested into only summarized data with this combination at a time, for all this combination you wanted to see, then we'll go for a matrix reports. Okay, this is along with the data. This is just a summarized values only. Okay, now next one is the last type of report is joined reports. Joined reports are basically having a report block side by side. Suppose you have two different type of um, reports, and you want to see both the report information side by side, and you want to summarize and group. There is a common information, and there is a common information on these two reports. And if you want to summarize the value commonly on these reports, then you can use a joint reports. How we can create a joint reports? You can just go and click on normal report, and then here I want to create it on a account. Okay, start with account, and on account I want to group by industry. Okay, I have industry, and I don't want to have all those fields. So I have this, and then let's run this report and show. So I don't have much accounts. Okay, this one I would say all accounts instead of my accounts, and created data I would say all time applicable. Okay, now I have more accounts. Fine. Let's go to edit. So I have all these accounts. Now I want to add into a blocks. This is called this is normal report, and this is a joint report. Okay, let's make it as a joint report. So this is on block one. Okay, now add block, and here account opportunity with account, or like account and opportunities. I'm just looking what could I do. Let's say contacts and opportunities. Add block. Okay, in this block, I have a lot of fields. I don't want all those fields to be there. So remove all columns and just add a account name. It's fine. Then I want a contact or just a name of a contact, and I wanted to here also industry. I want to and here I want to show unique count here. Show unique count of this contact. Okay. The account name, contact name, and industry. Then filters, I would say not my, want to see for all accounts, and here I want to see for all time and apply. So I have all account, contact names, and followed by the industry. So now, okay, all time done. Now once I have this both values, here I can group across the blocks. Whatever fields are common, we can be able to group by those. So let's group by a industry. So it will go by each industry. Okay, consulting. What is the account name? One account. And here, what is the contact? Also, I can see by this industry. Okay, let's save and run. This is accounts and contacts join report. Select the folder as a Walmart sales and select folder. So both are having a different information, but they will be having a common information as well. Okay, for such as cases, we'll go for this kind of a join reports. Suppose I wanted to see summarized value of this unique count, and I have a, for example, if I take a hospitality, in hospitality there is one account which is last modified at 630, and there are two contacts. You can see there are two contacts. I don't want the details of it. Just want, I'm interested with the counts only. So you can see how many contacts you have and how many unique last names you have. And this is from a block 2 summarized values and a block 1 summarized value. And you will be able to see how many contacts and accounts you have in each way. So when you have two different types of information with some common data, you will be able to use the common data to summarize and see the details of what are the different informations into a different blocks. That is the advantage of a joint reports. But on joint reports, you will don't have option to subscribe those reports. We can only save and export, but on joint report, you cannot subscribe to, but we can subscribe a table, summary, and matrix reports. But joint reports, we cannot subscribe them. Yes, we can have analysis, and either we can do export also, but we cannot subscribe the joint reports. Okay, now reports are fine. Let's see the other topics. Report types. So for what we are seeing, we are using a standard report types and building a reports. For example, I wanted to have some more customized data into different data formats. How can I do? How can I build my own custom report types? Go to setup and look for a report type. Previously, what I learned was record type. Record type is on a specific object. If we having a similar kind of a business model and the slight changes, then we'll go for a record type. But this is a report type. So in a report types, what are all the data that we want to see in a report will be decided at the report type level. And in the report type, we can create our own report types. That is called a custom report type. The default, whenever we create an object and enable it for our reports, there will be some default report types will be created by Salesforce that is called as standard report types. But we can create our own custom report types as well. There's some information about it. Maximum we can have a 3 objects in a report types. That means we can show combinedly 3 objects data in a single report by using a report types. So in a custom report types, first of all, we have to select one object. From there, we have to select our related object from there. Okay, let's see what we're going to see or what we're going to create. New custom report type, and here select the primary object. We'll be having all the objects over here, and let's select one object here. Let's start with the locations. Location with locations and stores. Type name. You can select the category. You have to select the category. So there will be a folder where we can store this report type. It's not a folder, I would say, the category. So all the standard reports will go into a standard, but all custom. Sorry, you can see here. So it is nowhere related and it is a completely other reports. So I'm selecting there. So there is a deployment status. Always go with the deploy. In development means you cannot create any reports using this report type. When you get on a development. Okay, let's create. So I have a first object as a location. I can select a second object which are related to this primary object. So I have either duplicate records or a stores. And once you select a second object, there is a relationship between a location and stores. So with that relation, it is asking if both are related, then only show the data, or may not related to a B. Then also I would like to see the data. So here you may or may not want to have a object B, or if you're having a B also, you can see here. There is a that is a location records and B is a store record. If you select the first option, if your location is having the stores, only those will be displayed in this report type. If you select the second option, if the location is there with or without a stores also it will be displayed, and if there is stores also it will be displayed. Basically you will be having all the locations along with the stores that are related to our locations. There might be a stores without locations. If there is any record that will not come up, that is only the like it will tell you basically what are the data that's going to display over there. So I wanted to display here stores and I wanted to add locations as well. Mm, not this one. I want to create a tab over here. I don't have a tab for location, so I'm creating it. Walmart location. Next. And where I wanted to add is I wanted to add in a Walmart. Okay, and save that. So I have locations. In location, I want to see all of them. So I have two locations. I wanted to add more locations. Okay. So here I have a total three locations. Okay. And if I go to my report, so A is having a three records, and one is this one, and it is not having any stores, zero stores. Okay. And if I go to this one is having one store, and there is a one more store, sorry, one more location. Sorry, there's one more location, and there is also couple of stores. Okay, now this report, what I'm saying. So one location is not having the stores, and two locations are having the stores. So if I select the second option, what will happen? It will show all the three stores with or without a stores. If I select the first one, what will happen? It will show only two stores. Okay, that is the difference between a first and second options. Let's save for now and see. So I selected a with or without um, stores. Now here you can see edit layout or a preview layout. Here it's giving by default to add all the fields to the this layout. Fields from a location and fields from a stores. So let's edit this layout. So you can see there are like two sections here. One is the locations and one is a stores. And either you can add more fields if anything is missing, or if you don't want to report on those fields and you don't want to display those fields on this reporting, we can remove those fields from the list. For example, sample formula. I don't want this on this layout. Okay, I want to remove this here from here. Okay, let's put it over here. One second. I want to remove this sample formula. So it is being removed. You can see the field is not there now. I don't want to see a created date, for example. Okay, whenever you don't want to see a created date also, you can remove it. So created date also removed from here. And just I wanted to show you, that's why I'm adding here. And I wanted to have a create new section here. Section name is a manager data. Manager data. Okay, so new section is created. So here, from here also, I can add via lookup. We can add the fields via lookup also. So where we have this lookup on store, we have a lookup field of this manager. Okay, from this manager, I wanted to add his assistant phone number and his email, fax, and his languages, last name. Only that's all. Only these one is only I want to show on this manager. So these are all I wanted to add into this section, not at the top. Okay. I want to move all these fields into the section. Basically these are like a manager fields. So I wanted to add this manager fields into a separate section. So we can add the fields via lookup. So if you have any lookup fields without any data filtering, whatever the data we see in this report, on the report only we have see additional information via lookups. So it could be lookup or a master detail also. Just it's giving a general name as a lookup here, and that's all sections we created and do save. And now let's create a report and see how it looks. The report type name is a location and a store. Okay, let's create a go to the store. Sorry, go to the report and create a new report and select the report type from all. This is the location and stores. We can see the category is a custom. Standard is the custom one. And get started with this one. So now if you look at this fields, now you see the three sections over here. Location, stores, and manager data. So let's add the manager data here. Last name of the manager, email, title, phone of the manager I would like to add. And I want to see a location name and the store name followed by this manager names. Okay, now save and name. Location and store. Um, include manager. Include manager. Okay. So select the folder as a Walmart sales. Select. Save. This is how it is. So here I was able to see a one, two, three. Three locations. Let's group by this one. Let's group by this field. So each location wise, I have a stores. For this location, I have one store. This location, I have two stores, and this location, I don't have any store. Okay. For suppose, for suppose, so if I want this saving this report, and here I'll go to this report type. Okay, and I wanted to add this relationship. So remember, we have four records here. I'm changing the relationship now. It's saying I'm changing it to first option, saying A record must have at least one B record. So what will happen if it's have a child record, then only it will be displayed. I'm saving now. So four records now, and it's displaying NY Walmart. If I refresh, see what will happen. I don't have this data. I did not make any change to this one. But how the data has changed based on the how the relationships are there, how the objects are there. Based on that, this data will also change in the reports. Okay, that's how custom report types will decide, or basically any report type will decide the data that need to be displayed on a report. Okay, now moving on to dashboards. Similar to the reports, for creating a dashboards also, you need to create a folders first. And similar to reports, the access to the dashboards also controlled from a dashboard folders. So here in the dashboard folders, before creating a dashboard, let's create a folder. New folder, Walmart sales dashboard. Here, so I have a report now, sorry, folder now, and I can go to this all folders, and you can see the sharing of this dashboard to whom you want to share the same format. You can share, and you can create a new dashboard. I would say sales dashboard of Walmart. Okay, if you want, you can add any description and select the folder as a whichever folder you like and create. Now we have this new dashboard. Okay, what is a dashboard? Dashboard in definition it is called a graphical representation of a or pictorial representation of a data. That is called a dashboard. In dashboard, we can add a multiple reports into this dashboard with a different pictures. Let's add a component here. And here I have one summary report. The locations by summary state and city. Here I wanted to add one chart which is show values and show percentages, smaller value, shorter number, okay, color by display units. All you can control here. And if you want to give any your own title here, for example, here actually I'm showing by state, right? But saying state and city. I want to remove the city and just I want to keep a state. So here, how many locations? Okay, locations by state. That's all I wanted to see. Subtitle. Let's say number of locations by state. Just if you want it in a description, you can add. On footer, if you want to see something, you can see here the themes, however you want, dark or light theme, whichever you want, you can put it there and add. So these are this one, and I want to see um, one more that is I want to see this one. Here I want to see record count, and with it's by default giving a 0 to 100, and I want to give it to 10, 6, 3. And these are the different colors, whichever color you want you can pick. Then show value percentages and range, that should be fine. To show range and all. So if you want to change any titles, you can change here. Say location, count, that's it, and make it a dark theme and add. And if you want to add more components and data, I can do those. I want to add donut, which is location. I'm fine. And to see a dark theme. That is all I want. I want to add percentage of values also. That's fine. I will add and add. This is how I can build my dashboard, and you can keep on adding your components. And there are something called filters also you can add here. This where you can add is, for example, approval status you want to add, and display name as full status, add filter value. So if I want to see only pending and pending and approved together equals, okay, so display text as a all approved and pending locations. Okay, apply and add filter, add all. Also simply all, apply, add. So I have this filter, then done, save. So this is my dashboard. This is a filter. It's saying all, display all. If you say only the approved on this one, this will just filter out. Okay, this is how a dashboard filters we can able to filter the data and display here. And if you want to add this dashboards anywhere in the home page also, we can add edit page. We can add the dashboards. This is what the dashboard I wanted, and you can give a maximum height also. Okay, save and go back. And we can see the dashboard also. However we want, we can see the dashboard over here like this. So subscribe dashboards also available. I think data imports and exports we will cover in one more session. I think to have it. So here you can see a subscribe also similar to a reports. You can subscribe this as well. Okay. So if you have any questions also, we can see in the next session. Okay.